Give me some Ingram. I'm Jonathan Coachman. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Mark Ingram, fresh off a big performance a weekend ago, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, there's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Out come the Ravens, led by the leading rusher amongst quarterbacks in 2018. In his second season now, Lamar Jackson.
Some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This pass into the arms of Snead, and his solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing.
Defensive starters, here they are for Cincinnati. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield.
Defend this on third. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That one good for 26 and a
pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way. Offense at the controls for the 9th year. The man out of TCU. First and 10 at their own 22. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's
outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, and on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play. A check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TV. On Monday night. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him.
Alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a
yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Tucker named
now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious.
Excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle during the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big.
Complete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this?
Now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive. Complete over the middle. Willie Snead all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead with touchdown number 8. Extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
It's my boy.
So they get the one-score kick receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Dalton, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Chance to get out for the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now the rookie's free. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown.
That's going to be 15 yards.
And Dalton to throw. Flush to his right. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And able to rip off a bigger guys to the line and get him set. To throw here, Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to...
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first...
Is used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well. Hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
The catch and run, good for 24.
A second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of
It's a tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the earth.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Marching in for the sack, Matthew.
What you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. At third down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short game.
2nd and 8. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Throw left side complete. It's Andrews. Leads to a third down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things. Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times.
Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And Dalton's throw on target to Tyler Boyd. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the back end of this football game. And it'll be Dalton again. Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown, Bengals! He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of us. They stay on the ground with Dixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down at the 43. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he's brought down, but not before he reached.
I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protection.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
But my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a problem. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Geno Atkins has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Tucker's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
And continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That one, a gain of 20, 3rd and inches. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. And he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice
catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route.
And he will score! Touchdown, Cincinnati! Taking it in from 7 yards away.
Come your way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that'll be in.
Shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble. And
get him down. He might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the court. Ravens moving quickly. Here's the clock runs. He'll look to throw.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with O. Being taken down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Defense.
That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Talk it over on their respective sidelines. We take a break. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Down by 2. 50 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. Green's got it over the middle. Back to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, he made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle.
Let's go, baby.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bengals, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's just their second loss so far to go along.